I see it.
I'm going to start the recording. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we are now recording and we are starting our All Things CBD class. Well, I thought we were. Okay, hold on. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We've already welcomed you all. I'm so glad you guys are here. So we're going to be talking about the difference. So these are the big questions, right? What is the big difference between CBD and marijuana? And why is CBD important in our lives? Why do we care? And, you know, as you guys all know, it's not just a fad. It's here to stay, and it is helping a lot of people. So you'll see why. And also, another caveat, don't let all these scientific explanations overwhelm you. We want you to be empowered in your knowledge of CBD and how you can utilize it to help your health goals. So just remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm just someone that is here to share my experience with you and some of the information that I have learned with you. Make sure you do your own research and you take care of your own body. Okay, so what is CBD? First and foremost, CBD is not marijuana. Let's get that clear. They are both from the same plant, the cannabis. They're both from the same plant, okay? But they're different varieties. Now, I would like to invite Madeline to share with us one way that marijuana and the CBD, the cannabinoid, are different and what makes them different, why they become different. So Madeline.
Yeah, okay. So in most plants, there's a male and there's a female plant. So how you get marijuana is to remove all males from the farm. This makes the female plant get, as you would say, sexually frustrated. And she then begins to create more aggressive resin all over her plant. And this creates more THC, which is what creates marijuana. Now, the hemp plant, which is different from marijuana, it's the second plant, hemp. To grow this, you have an equal number of male and female plants within the farm. The male pollinates the female, and the females then get to put all of their energy into their own babies and seeds. And in creating this helps develop the hemp seed, which is where CBD comes from. So when they're creating the marijuana, when all males are removed, when people harvest them, the aggressive resin is what creates the THC and is what you get high from. But when you have an equal number of both male and female plants, there's a balance, and the females don't get aggravated and create this extra resin on their plant to get harvested with them. So then it's a really healthy hemp seed.
Smells good. Oh, you want some?
Oops. Okay, hold on. Somehow you got unmuted. Lynn, do you mind muting your phone, babe? Let me see. See if I can do that.
Okay.
I don't think I can do that. Lynn?
But that's the main difference.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was beautiful. All right. So we're just going to we're going to move on. Lynn, can you hear me?
I can. I don't know how to unmute.
Oh, you don't? Okay. All right.
Somebody else in the car might. Do you know how to unmute for me?
Okay. We'll just go on and hopefully you will be able to find that and we'll be good. All right. Okay. So the history of CBD. I'm going to just kind of go through this very quickly. So why is CBD illegal and is it bad? So CBD, or cannabinol, is a natural substance from the hemp plant. Hemp originated in Asia and the Middle East. Okay, I think I'm going to just have to stop. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to stop and go back and not share the screen because I'm going to have to. Hold on a minute. Okay, well, I think it happened. Okay, sorry. Okay, so So hemp originated in Asia, in the Middle East, thousands of years ago. This is not brand new, thousands of years ago. And it has since spread worldwide. It showed up in the United States back in the 16th century. In fact, farmers used to be fined if a certain percentage of their production was not hemp plants because of how incredibly useful the plant can be. Hemp is used for paper, for food, fiber, construction materials, clothes, and other products. So what changed? Well, in the 1920s, a negative media war was waged on hemp marijuana due to financial, i.e. corrupt, reasons, and it was eventually deemed a Schedule I controlled substance. This category is for substances that have no benefit and have a high potential for abuse. However, in July of 2018, CBD was downgraded from a Schedule I controlled substance to a Schedule V or a Schedule 5, I guess, controlled substance, meaning that it has some benefits and the potential for abuse is low. The FDA changed the category so that a drug containing CBD called Epidiolex could be sold. So isn't that interesting? It's funny how when a drug company wants something to be legal, they just get the law changed. Isn't that amazing? So finally, in December 2018, CBD went from a Schedule V controlled substance to an unscheduled substance due to the Hemp Farming Act of 2018, which removed hemp, which is defined as cannabis with less than 0.3% THC, as a controlled substance. This means that federal law made CBD legal in 50 states. You guys have to know that because some of us still believe that it's not legal, right? Some states have their own regulations, so it is important to know what the regulations are in your state. And if you're in the military, well, there still might be very strict regulations, so you've got to do your research. Okay, hold on just a second. All right, so the endocannabinoid system, or the ECS for short. It's a biological system composed of endocannabinoids, which are endogenous, lipid-based, retrograde neurotransmitters that bind to a cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2, and cannabinoid receptor proteins that are expressed throughout the vertebrate central nervous system, including the brain, the peripheral nervous system. Okay, whoa, that was a lot of big words. So what did that all mean? Let's break that down. So in layman's term, the ECS is linked to your central nervous and your peripheral nervous system to help the body maintain homeostasis. So in a general sense, homeostasis refers to stability or balance. That's what we all strive for, right? We want homeostasis. That's the balance in your body. It's the body's attempt to maintain a constant internal environment. Maintaining a stable internal environment requires constant monitoring and adjustments as conditions change. So for example, if our body gets out of homeostasis, the ECS sends out natural endocannabinoids and enzymes to regulate the body and bring it back to homeostasis. Here's how, these are a few examples. So when you get too hot, your ECS kicks into gear and you start to sweat to bring your body temperature down. When you get too cold, you shiver. When you get hungry, your stomach growls. When you get tired, you yawn, right? These are all the body's way to regulate and bring your body back into homeostasis. They're signals to our body. CBD primarily interacts with the ECS, making it a highly sought after product. Okay, THC versus CBD. Now that you know what the ECS does, let's take a look at the difference between THC and CBD in regards to the cannabinoid receptors CB1 and CB2. So the CB1 receptors are in the central nervous system. That's the brain and the nerves of the spinal cord. CB2 receptors are found all over the body in the peripheral nervous system, like nerves in your extremities, the digestive system, and specialized cells in the immune system. Now, THC acts on both CB1 and CB2. When they attach to CB1 in the brain, it causes the intoxicating effects that are experienced with hashish, cannabis, marijuana, right? It also affects the peripheral nervous system when it attaches to the CB2, which is why some people smoke marijuana to feel calmer and to decrease pain. It's also why cancer patients receiving chemotherapy are prescribed medical marijuana, because the effects on the digestive system actually help to prevent nausea. It's important to note that exposure to THC does also carry some risks, such as developing schizophrenia, failure of a drug test, or participation in illegal activity based on your state's legal position of the topic, right? Some people are genetically more sensitive to THC as well. CBD, on the other hand, does not bind to either of these receptors, but instead impacts them indirectly by modifying the receptor's ability to bind to cannabinoids. These indirect actions include activating another receptor called TRPV1, which is an integral part of the endocannabinoid system. Okay, if you want a CBD isolate, then that is what we have, and we are for you, because our Nature's Ultra CBD Ultimate, CBD isolate is great. Can't wait to talk more about it. Okay, now terpenes. Okay, I could talk about terpenes. I love to talk about terpenes. This is something I actually understand. Okay, why are terpenes such a big deal? Terpenes are what give plants their aroma, right? The fragrant imprint of each plant is a result of different combinations of terpenes. Cannabis is unique in that each strain has a unique profile of terpenes. Terpenes are believed to have many, many positive effects on the body. These properties can act independently as well as in addition to what cannabinoids offer. So there's several known and studied terpenes that all exhibit different medicinal effects. Overall, terpenes contribute to the medicinal properties of cannabis, a phenomenon known as the entourage effect. You will hear this. This is a term that is used very widely when you're talking about CBD. Okay, so what is the entourage effect? So think about a team of players versus a single player. The team is the entourage effect of terpenes and cannabinoids. So it's what it can do more because there's more pieces that integrate into it. Now, where else have we heard the term terpenes? I'll give you a hint. I love them and I use them daily.
Living oils.
Yes! Ding, 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 you win. Now, so essential oils, terpenes with their multitudes of positive effects are also found in essential oils. How about that? Okay, so how do you choose your CBD? Okay, there's certainly a lot of questions and chaos regarding when it comes to the availability of CBD products. There's so many to choose from. I mean, even gas stations sell them now, you guys. You can get them in Walmart. You can get them almost anywhere. So obviously quality is a very important factor, but it's also important to know the difference between full spectrum CBD, isolate CBD, and smart spectrum CBD. Let's start with full spectrum CBD. What is that? So full spectrum CBD still has some trace of the THC in it. So while you won't get the psychogenetic effects of the strength of THC like marijuana, there is still the possibility of exposure to THC. In order for it to be called CBD, it has to have I think it's 0.03% of the THC or less in it. So a full spectrum CBD oil can still have 0.3%. I think it's 0.3 or 0.03. It'll probably come up. So it's also important, this is fascinating. It's also important to note that hemp is I don't know how to say the word, but I love what it does. Fighter mediator by nature. So fighter mediation is nature's way of using living plants to clean the soil and the groundwater. So it basically, that's its job. It's there to clean out the toxins of wherever it is as a plant. That's the plant, right? So it absorbs the chemicals and the toxins that are in the soil where it's growing. Traces of heavy metals absorbed from the soil may be left behind in a full spectrum product. However, a lot of people gravitate toward full spectrum CBD because it still contains the terpenes, right? And many more compounds. Thus, it delivers that powerful entourage effect. Now, the other way to produce CBD is in an isolated form. CBD isolate is pure CBD. And while it has 0% THC, no heavy metals, no other compounds, but it also has no terpenes in it. So therefore it loses the entourage effect. So what are we going to do? Well, remember what else contains terpenes? Yes, essential oils. So we can add them to the CBD to create a synergistic effect and thereby increase the benefits of the CBD isolate. So Nature's Ultra, which is the company that we source from, they're owned by Young Living. Nature's Ultra has done just that. They have combined organic CBD isolate and terpenes to create an amazing smart spectrum CBD product just for you. All right. Okay, we're stuck. There we go. Okay, so CBD usage and safety. All right, guys. CBD is labeled. I hope you all can see me because I'm going to make a face here. It's labeled for topical use only. Well, it doesn't even say only, it just says for topical use. Okay, so you know how to use things topically. We don't need to go into that. You can put it anywhere on your body. You know, your temples, your neck, whatever, elbows, knees, wrists, whatever. If you're new or sensitive in nature, start with the regular strength CBD. Okay, we offer us regular strength and an extra strength in everything that we carry. So if you have never used CBD before or you tend to be sensitive, use the regular strength. You can even use half of the recommended dosage at the beginning and ease yourself into it. And once you're more experienced, you can try the extra strength product if you want more, bang for your buck, whatever. So while this product is to be used topically, I want you to keep a few things in mind in regards to CBD safety. CBD is broken down in the liver. This is done by the same enzymes that a lot of pharmaceutical drugs are broken down by. Therefore, it's possible for your system to get a little overworked, depending on how many pharmaceutical drugs you take, trying to break down too many things at once. We suggest that you consult with a physician when implementing a CBD product. Okay, now let's dive into the different types of CBD available through Young Living, and then we'll talk about how you can get it. Okay, so we have this Calm Roll-On, and I will, after I talk a little bit about it, I will open this up. If you guys, anyone who has used this product and has any kind of story, I would love to hear it. But right now, Young Living only offers one roller, and it is this. Probably in times to come, we will offer more. But the Calm Roll-On it creates a peaceful environment. It's just what it says, right? It's calm. It helps you relax. It helps quiet your mind. It's perfect when you're dealing with the stress of the day or trying to wind down for the night. And it gives you a soothing, restful sleep. I do have a quick story about this. When it first came out at convention, our Young Living convention that year, I think, had over 20,000 people there. And as you can imagine, we were in a big place and lots of crowds. And I was in line. And there was a guy coming around because it was a new product, right? He had the CBD roll on. He was a Young Living person, right? He's coming around like while we're in line, just offering it to anybody. Well, there was a woman that was ahead of me, quite a bit ahead of me, but I could see her, that she was about to have a panic attack. She was getting very hyperventilating. She didn't do crowds. And if you can imagine, this was a crowd. This was a crowd of a crowd of a crowd. And she had a Fitbit on, right? So she could see her blood pressure and she could see her heart rate, and it was getting higher and higher. And she was getting very upset. And the guy, the Young Living guy with the Calm Roll On, said, "Would you like to try some of this?" And she said, "Yes, sure, please, please." And it literally was like 5 to 10 seconds that she started breathing more normal. And she had proof. She looked at her Fitbit and her heart rate totally changed, totally went down. The blood pressure totally changed. So and that I was like, wow, did you guys stage that? Because here we are in line trying to order some of this stuff. And here's this woman having this experience. Like, that was crazy. So, yeah, does anybody else here want to unmute or share a story? Has anyone had a story about this?
Hey,
Vicky. Oh, it's Dana. Sorry,
yeah,
it said
Dana.
Vicky.
Well, I don't know about the oils, but I do know about CBD. My son Levi, he has he gets like social anxiety, I guess, sometimes, and he's a salesman. But he bought CBD and he uses it. I don't know if he uses the oils or the little vape thing he uses, but he uses that, and it helps him a lot.
Yep.
With his anxiety.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Yes.
You're
So this, that's exactly what it's for, right? That is why a lot of people are led to use CBD oil for anxiety. And this Calm Roll On is wonderful. So if you can imagine, so not only does it have the CBD in it, but we know that it has terpenes in it because of essential oils. So here are the essential oils. You can see them right here. Look at the essential oils that are in this roll-on. Eucalyptus, frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, and ylang ylang. All of those provide breath, comfort, relaxation. I mean, it really has a beautiful smell. It's really great. So, and you can see it comes in the 300 and the 600 is the extra strength. Okay, we also carry a muscle balm. Oh, I love the muscle balm. Oh, here, let me show you. You can actually see it.
Is that the little tins? Is that the tins you were talking about?
Well, yes, actually. Thank you, Suzanne. And while you brought that up, thank you. The reason, yes, so now they just came out with this at convention. You can buy the tins in I think it's a 5-pack. So like this is great just for travel or if you want to give gifts, right? Because as you all know, and as Suzanne, you said at the beginning, CBD, really good CBD is not really, cheap. So, this is the muscle balm, but guys, one of you is going to win this today for just showing up and being here. So at the end, we're going to have a drawing and one of you will win this. But yes, so I don't know if you can see, so this is obviously very, very well loved and used. I love this, but it's a beautiful consistency. And the way it smells. So you can see it has the camphor, clove. So it has that hot, cold, it smells a little bit like mentholatum. It's got that menthol smell. Clove, helichrysum, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, and wintergreen. So when it goes on, you feel that hot, cold. Oh, it feels so, so good. Yeah, you can, it's a rub and you can just put it anywhere that you would put a rub on your body that hurts. So that's that. Then we have 3 different flavors of the tincture, okay? So we offer the cool mint, citrus, and cinnamon, and they are packaged with in a convenient dropper bottle that for easy use, and they come in 2 strengths, 500 and 1000. So first, the cool mint, it has peppermint and spearmint. It tastes delicious. And remember, you guys, and we can talk about this later if you want, all of the benefits of those oils are going into the CBD. So you've got the benefits of a CBD oil, and now you've got the benefits of using these specific oils for different issues. Okay, the citrus is infused with grapefruit, orange, and the citrus. Yeah, grapefruit and orange. Oh, okay, that's it. Grapefruit and orange. And I thought I had something else in. I guess it doesn't. By the way, well, we'll get to this later. I'm going to get ahead of myself. But the citrus tastes delicious. Oh, did I say taste? Okay. Yes, I don't know how to really be compliant here, but I just want you guys, we can talk about it later. But yes, the tinctures taste good. All right. The cinnamon CBD, that's actually my favorite. So that has the cinnamon in it. And it is so good if you like cinnamon. It just tastes so, so good. Cinnamon, if you know anything about the oil, is very good for cardiovascular. So Suzanne, we might talk about that. Cinnamon is a support of the heart. So that's something to think about. Okay, so what is so great about Nature's Ultra CBD? And I think I'm going to tell you about this now. Yes, so you probably are wondering, what's Nature's Ultra? I thought this is Young Living. Yes and yes. Yes and yes. So those of you who have been with Young Living for a while know that we first acquired Nature's Ultra as like a partner farm. We loved what they stood for. They followed all of our seed to seal guidelines. They were pure. But Young Living was not prepared or ready to purchase a CBD oil to have it come from them until all the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed about legalities and all that stuff. So for a while, we just had access. We had exclusive access to Nature's Ultra products. Now, Young Living has bought out Nature's Ultra, and they are all ours. Okay, so you want to know, if you want to know how to get CBD oils, the first thing I want to say is please don't buy it from the gas station, please. Okay, or some random place online. Just do your research just like you would do for anything else. Or you can just get it straight from Young Living. So you know you are getting pure CBD oil with 0% THC, 0, guaranteed, with quality essential oils. No other CBD oil that is offered out there has it infused with essential oils. And it's now available directly through Young Living, and it's backed by our same seed to seal commitment. And you can just go online, if you're a member, you can just go online and order it just like you would order any other product. And what's great is that you can even order it in your Essential Rewards orders. And I will talk more about that if you don't know what I'm talking about. But we're the only company that has what's called the Smart Spectrum CBD, which blends the CBD isolate and the terpenes from essential oils to make a CBD product that is more robust and broad. The terpenes found in essential oils also increase the overall efficacy of the product, so it makes it more effective. So what else sets us apart? Okay, all Nature's Ultra products are tested in multiple stages throughout the manufacturing process for potency and purity. The Young Living CBD is derived from hemp plants grown on their partner farm in Colorado without the use of any pesticides. And I heard Dr. Ali, who's one of our favorite teachers of CBD oil in Young Living, he was sharing that this farm in Colorado where Nature's Ultra is located is like up at the apex, like the top of this big hill area. So it's so pure and it gets the sun because the cannabis plant requires a lot of sun. So this is just the perfect place. And by the way, our Mona farm in Mona, Utah, one of Young Living's farms in Mona, Utah, is currently starting to grow their own hemp plants. So hopefully in the near future, we will actually have our own farm as well. So all of Nature's Ultra products have been subjected to rigorous laboratory testing to ensure that it contains the optimal amount of CBD and is free of all heavy metals. Harsh chemicals are never used in the manufacturing process, thanks to their proprietary extraction methods. And Nature's Ultra, okay, I don't know what this means, but I'm going to say it because it's impressive. But Nature's Ultra is ISO, manufacturer of CBD distillate and isolate from industrial hemp, and GMP, good manufacturing practice, certified. So it's ISO and GMP certified. So those of you who are really doing your research and really care about things like that, just know that we're covered. Okay. And all of our ingredients are natural, organic, vegan approved, and gluten-free. Okay. If you are not a Young Living member, well, first of all, let me say, if you are a Young Living member, you can just hop on over to the virtual office and get your own, right? If you're not, this is by far, believe me, I am so jealous. This is one of our only starter kits that we as members cannot purchase once we're already a member. I am very, very jealous because it is such a deal. It is such a great, great way to start with the CBD oils. You can start with the regular strength CBD premium starter kit or the extra strength. The original is a great fit for those new to CBD. It's got the 3 CBD products. It has the Calm CBD roll-on at the 300 milligram, the CBD muscle rub at the 300, and the citrus. It comes with the citrus 500 milligram tincture. And it's only $165, you guys. It would cost us $279. So it's a savings of $114 to get this starter kit if you're interested in CBD. The extra strength comes with the same things in extra strength. It's a good choice for those with more CBD experience or who prefer a higher level. And it comes with the same products, and it is $250 and comes also with a getting started with CBD brochure. I think the little one, the other one comes with that too. But that would cost you $472, a savings of $222. I think it's probably one of the biggest savings that we offer on our products. So remember, some state restrictions apply. I know there's been some people who have had trouble getting, now all of us I think all of us here are in Georgia. Now, Mary, where are you from? I don't remember where you are, but you're close. You're not far away. But I know that some state restrictions have trouble, having it come in. But just educate yourself on the CB laws of your state. And yeah, I highly recommend that starter kit. So I mentioned Essential Rewards because I just want everyone here to be aware of what it is, because it really is the best way to turn your life into a healthy lifestyle, to turn your home into a healthy home on a budget. It is the way to do it on a budget. It saves you money and it gets you free products, which in turn saves you money because you don't have to then buy those products. You get them for free. You get discounted shipping if you're on Essential Rewards. You earn these points to use on future orders. They just act like money. You get loyalty gifts. The first year you get them at your 3-month, your 6-month, your 9-month, and then at 1 year you get a free oil. Every year thereafter you still get this specially blended loyalty blend that you cannot buy. It is only available for Young Living members who are on our loyalty membership program, and you get that every year. You also have access to discounted bundles. This is really, really key. No, people who are not on Essential Rewards cannot order these bundles. And again, they save they save you between $30 and $70 depending on which bundle you get. They have a Ningxia Red bundle, which is what I get every month because it's the cheapest way to get Ningxia Red. If you fall in love with Ningxia Red, which I have, and you drink it every day, then that's what you need to do. It is the cheapest way to get your Ningxia. And it also qualifies you to receive commissions and to make some money if you so choose. All right, hey, thank you. Look, so let me turn this off. How was that for everybody? How bad was that? Was that confusing?
It was great.
Oh, good.
I think I want to quickly try to touch on Suzanne's question.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Before we get out of it.
Yes.
About the heart.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
So I should have talked for like your 2 or 3 slides.
Oh, yes.
But so when Sherry was talking about the cannabinoids, it can come from 3 places. The first is it can come from a plant. The second is that it can be produced in our body, just like melatonin, just like serotonin. And then thirdly, it can be created in a lab, which is synthetic, which isn't the best form. So from my understanding, when I take CBD, for me, it's kind of like taking melatonin. So when I take melatonin, it supports the melatonin that I'm already producing. But the cannabinoids in your body are being receptive of the cannabinoids that come in this, or the CBD muscle rub, and react and support the same way. And let me pull this up. It says CBD treatment does not appear to have any effects on resting blood pressure or heart rate, but does reduce the cardiovascular response to various types of stress.
That's good. So that means it can be maybe addressing when you have, what is the word I'm looking for? When you have stress and your adrenal glands are producing the, I'm forgetting the word, cortisol.
Right. Oh, yes. I'm gonna look at something real quick because my cousin, who's a part of Young Living, in her upline is a doctor, and he gave a class on CBD.
Oh my goodness.
When you have the stress, your body kicks into the fight or flight, and your adrenal glands produce the cortisol, and that's so hard on your heart if you're not doing something to counteract that need to fight or flight.
Right.
And so you end up with heart issues if you're not careful.
Yeah, right. And in her notes that she sent me, one of her bullet points that said heart, that it helps, or how CBD affects the heart. In her heart bulletin, it says lower blood pressure, lower stroke risks, decreases cortisol, supports stroke effects, and helps cholesterol levels. Now that's just from her upline's experience, which I thought was really, really interesting too. And I've been able to get off of my anti-anxiety medication using these. I was on a super, super heavy dose for over 5 years, and finally, with the help of Sherry, able to use these instead, and other essential oils. But I take this pretty much every day, and it's crazy how I'm not as anxious as I was trying to get off of the medication and stuff. And I mean, hyperventilating, freaking out, but this stuff really, really helps. So
that's very interesting to hear. I'm glad you shared that. And you use the tincture under your tongue.
Yeah. So this does say for external use only, but from my experience and everyone's experience that I've talked to, I've never actually put this on my body. I leave that to the Calm and for the CBD muscle rub, but I put a full
full drop, or
I just I put a full dropper under my tongue, leave it there for 30 seconds, do it after I brush my teeth because it tastes like my toothpaste. So yeah, I just use that.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
Appreciate the
Madeline.
insight.
Yes, that was valuable. That was such valuable information. Thank you so much. It's great. Does anybody, oh, Judith joined us. I'm so sorry. I didn't even see Judith come in. Hey, Judy. Oh, maybe she can't hear me. Maybe she's muted. Anyway, okay. So how, oh, she's saying, hey, she's texting, hey. I didn't see you come in because I had it in full screen view. So it's good to see you. Thank you. Any other questions, anything, any observations, anything? Did you learn anything?
Grandma.
Sherry,
Yes.
if I can add, I have used it topically.
Okay.
And my boyfriend and I both experience a lot of like dermatitis type, what do they call it? Rash, basically like a skin disorder. I can't, the word is just eluding me right now, but anyway, it does help with itching.
Oh,
So it's
interesting.
Yes.
If you apply it topically, huh?
Yes.
The
So we
mint
have used
one
it
or
that way, and it did make the itching go away. It's very moisturizing. I mean, like I could use it as hand cream. Actually, it feels so smooth when you put it on.
Oh, that's so interesting. Thank you, Mary. I didn't even know that. That's great. Oh, I love that. So, I mean, you can see why it is important, even though like I don't have a scientific brain, but it really is. Oh, Dana's coming in a different way. Yay. It is important to understand some of this stuff because it's very important to know how it affects our body and why our body responds so well to it, and why especially you need to be careful or just observant of where you get your CBD oil. And I love that fact about that CBD in general, like it's one of its superpowers, if for lack of a better word, is that it pulls the toxins out of wherever it is planted. So it's so important. Oh my goodness, like if you're just buying it from the gas station, that could have been planted in someone's yard down the road that had tons of pesticides and chemicals in it, and that plant is just eating it up. And then when your CBD comes out, it's got all that in it. So you've just got to be careful, just like with anything.
Yeah, and like sometimes even if it is a good CBD from another brand, maybe it is full spectrum or broad spectrum. Well, no, not broad spectrum because that doesn't have THC in it. But maybe it is full spectrum and it has THC in it. And for me, I worked on cruise ships before this, and we did have drug tests, and if they found THC, fired, never could work for that company again. So to have on the bottle saying this has no THC in it, and for the bottle itself to have it on there and to be able to trust it so I can use it during work helps. It gives me more peace of mind than to think that, oh well, I'm kind of taking a risk.
Absolutely. And for many people that's super important. Suzanne, I bet that would be important for you.
That would be pretty important.
Yes.
I also know that if you're not careful with your CBD oil, you can, especially if you're using a tincture under your tongue, you have the risk that there's a side effect of just getting a little tummy ache, like a little diarrhea. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, Madeline, but I wouldn't think so with this one.
Yeah.
But I know that is something that you have to think about too. So
and I'm definitely sure if I took, I think, more than I should be taking, like if I probably upped it like to 3 times a day, then I might experience that. So then I would probably want to go to the extra strength, so I wouldn't have to be taking it as much. But so far with just doing like one dropper a day has been fine for me. But I will write that down because that is something to definitely look out for.
Of this, you're taking the 600.
I'm taking the it's 500. I think
500.
it comes in 500 and
1,000. The tincture comes in 5 and 1,000. The others come in 3 and 6. Yeah. Another thing that when I started talking to people about the CBD oil, they're like, oh, you put some of that in your mouth. Doesn't it just taste horrible? All the CBD oil I've ever tried tastes horrible. I'm like, well, you were using full spectrum, right? So full spectrum, because it has the terpenes in it, which is the aromatic, the plant, it tastes like dirt. Yeah, it tastes like ground, right? And so that's the other beautiful thing, is that this is so yummy. You almost have to be careful not to take too much, because it's just like, oh man, this tastes really good. Yeah. Yes, Dana.
I have something to say. Like you were saying with the amount of THC, which there's none in there. Levi, my son, I think he might be interested in this because he gets it from this little store. It's a THC or a CBD store. But there's a sign there that says that they're supposed to be less than 3%. But then when I talked to the guys in there, they were like, well, you know, because I was like, I don't want to do that and fail a drug test, you know?
Right.
And also, do you have it in, like, what are those things you smoke? Because Levi does that, and I don't know if that's good or not.
Yes, actually, Young Living doesn't sell those, but I have seen them. They're available.
Yeah,
I definitely
just think it just feels like that would be harmful to your lungs. It seems like it would to me, because like with this whole thing with the vaping, you know, and the what are those things called, Juuls, you know, then kids were getting popcorn lung. And so I was wondering about that too. But like with the roll-on or with the drops, I'm thinking Levi might be interested in that, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd really like to try it.
Yeah.
Especially the muscle stuff. Cause like, I don't know what's going on, but I've been having, you know, just pains here, then pains here, then pain, you know, and at one point I thought I had rheumatoid arthritis because it felt like everything, all the joints, it's like musculoskeletal. All of the joints were aching at one time, and it was just odd. So I don't know what's going on. And I was speaking of that. How long have you been doing this?
Doing what?
Young
Oils or CBD? Young Living, 11 years.
11 years. Okay. So you eat pure and all that? Is that, because I can tell by your skin.
Thank
I was
you.
noticing that. I can really tell.
Well, it could be our makeup line and our personal care products.
Oh, you have that too?
Right?
Oh man. Oh, Dana, girl, our makeup is the bomb. It's
Really?
great.
Is there like Young Living has makeup?
Yes, Young Living has makeup. It's called Savvy Minerals. It's so good.
What?
And it's totally like organic and has no crappy stuff in it. It's so good. It's so good.
Sherry, she's acting like I haven't told her all of this. Because
You know what? You know what?
In one ear, right out the other.
I forgot though. You're right.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
True. She probably has to do that. And what did I say? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was busy cooking dinner or something. Yeah. That's funny.
That is funny. But I was noticing that when you were talking, I was like, dang, look at her skin.
Oh, well, thank you, Dana. That's very sweet. Thank you.
I went to that Vipassana once, and you could tell who were the people that lived healthy and who were like newbies. It was just night and day. You could separate them. Yeah, the skin and the eyes and they just had like a glow. You know, the really healthy ones. It was funny.
I love it. That's awesome. Yes, but I mean, this is another class, but I do teach a Find Your Fabulous class, which is basically kind of the 101 that we did the other night, but I integrate all other facets because I truly believe, I mean, and you know me, I am like all about the oils and the power of the oils, but if you are eating crappy and you have a lot of stress in your life and you are around a lot of toxins or doing toxic things and putting toxins in your body, there ain't no oil that's going to fix you, baby.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? So like, what is she doing? Oh, I know what she's doing. Never mind.
I thought I was on.
No, I know. Oh, I saw you. I was like, what is she doing? But you know, so I am a firm believer in total body wellness, and essential oils is just one modality, right? And like we were talking earlier, I think you were on. Well, yeah, you were. You said you wanted to do it. The master cleanse is another thing that I'm a firm believer in, and I think it's so great for our bodies. Eating healthy. I'm vegan, so I think that's so important, just whatever you put in your body and what you put on your body and you smell. And I mean, in your house, it's all. And that's what creates the skin and the health and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When Madeline first told me about it, I didn't realize that. I just thought that the oils were like a cool thing, but I didn't realize, because I know what you're talking about, that completely organic, healthy living. And I didn't realize that that's an adjunct to that. I didn't realize that,
it's just one piece of it. And really what's interesting is oils don't cure anything. That's not their job, right? They support our body, which we talked about. They support our body to get our body in gear so that we can fight. Our body can do what it was created to do.
Our bodies are designed to fight off anything. They're designed to be that way, but we just have to put the right things in to give the cells. Like I watched that Joe something, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. We're trying to eat junk food. We're full, but our cells are starving. They don't have what they need, and our cells get sick, and that's how all this other stuff happens.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's all fascinating.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions or things to offer or bring to the table or anything before we close out? Well, I just want to thank you all for coming. I want to let you know that I want to remind everybody that every Thursday at 7 p.m. we have a new to oils class, and it is not just for newbies. It is a beautiful place for new people to come, but it's also a place for anybody to come because we all learn something every single time we come. And some of the classes coming up in September, I'm really excited about. We are going to be doing a ditch and switch kind of class that'll talk about how to ditch and switch things in your home. Things that might carry chemicals and toxins in them, and how to switch them out for more natural products, and how that can benefit you. We every month since COVID started, we have done a community building event, which has been so much fun, where we literally just get together one Saturday a month, and it's not an oily event, but it's just a community. It's just where we all get together and we hang out. And I usually do provide some topic of conversation or some sample to send out to people, some Young Living product. And I've decided that this month is going to be Kombucha and Connection Month, because there's been so much talk about, here's another thing. So Dana, right? That has nothing to do with oils, but I'm really into kombucha. And I make my own kombucha. And I needed a SCOBY, and I posted on Facebook, and people are like, what is a SCOBY? That's disgusting, and all this stuff. And so I've had all these people saying, wait, you make your own? Wait, how do I get that? How do I do that? And I thought, you know what? We're going to have a class. So the third, what?
I don't know what either of those things are.
Okay. Well, so you need to come. Kombucha is a carbonated beverage, which is fermented. It's a fermented beverage. And as you know, fermented things are so good for our gut. It is so good. And our gut controls everything. Our gut needs to be healthy. So kombucha is such a great addition to your, whatever you're eating and drinking. So anyway, and it can be a little bit expensive when you buy it in the store. So I just like to make my own.
You can always go sample it at Whole Foods.
You can sample it?
Counter, where they do it quick. You can get a little taste and taste the different kinds if you want to just try it.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that. That's great. So you guys go do that. Go try it out.
Yeah.
It is an acquired taste. When I first tasted it, I kind of thought it was carbonated vinegar, but it's not. But kind of is, but you acquire a taste to it, right? And then you flavor it. You can make it fruit flavored and all this stuff. Anyway, but so watch out for that, because I'm actually, well, it'll be the third Saturday of the month. I think it's the 26th at 3 p.m. But I'll send out stuff, and if people want to be prepared to make their own, I will actually send out links where you can buy things. And I've got scobies now. They multiply. So if anybody is local, I can get you a SCOBY. Or if you're not local, I can direct you to where you can buy one. Or I have not tried this myself, but I have found out that there's a way that you can actually make your own SCOBY using kombucha. And I've never tried it, but did someone agree with me? Does someone know about that? I saw it online.
Kombucha is the liquid that you drink, right?
Kombucha is the drink.
The stuff you drink. What was the SCOBY?
The SCOBY is a
You don't wanna
living.
know.
I'll send you a picture, Dana. My
It's
husband,
little
Billy.
snowball that makes it all happen.
Right. It's a living organism that eats off of the stuff that you put in there. It actually, because when you make it, it's basically sweet tea. It's black tea and sugar is what you make. And I don't do caffeine and I try not to do sugar, but the SCOBY eats all the sugar. So there's really no sugar content in kombucha. It's eating it away. It's like this it's really interesting, but it's kind of ugly. It looks like an alien. It's a little saucer-like gelatin kind of jellyfish type looking thing.
Oh,
Billy freaks out when he goes in the kitchen and he sees, it's like, what is that?
Oh,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, I got to see that.
Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, so we'll be doing those classes, and I'm sure there's going to be others, but right now that's what's in the works. So so stay tuned. And if anybody needs any help ordering any of them, Dana and Vicki, you've got a lot of people here that can help you. Madeline is more than welcome to get you started right now, I'm sure. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So before we leave, we are doing a giveaway. Someone's going to win a little tin of the muscle rub. So Madeline has been kind. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Put a good vibe in there for your aunt. Yeah, Madeline has written everyone's name down who is in our group, and she is going to blindly and, totally anonymously pull
Out of
someone
my Young Living hat.
Oh, well, that's really cool.
Making sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names in here.
Wait, 1, 2. Okay.
Mine
1,
is
2.
me.
Okay, right. Okay.
Did you say one of you two? Yeah, you have to do you.
No,
Yeah, and mine is me. Yeah, mine is me.
Oh.
Take me out. Okay.
Mine is me, and they fell out. Okay.
Aw.
Who is it? Mary! Oh my goodness, Mary! You are the lucky gal.
Yay, Mary!
Mary, can you hear us? Oh, Judith is saying, "Yeah, Mary."
Yay, Mary! Woo.
Mary, you still there? Can you hear us? Hopefully, she knows she won. Hopefully, she didn't step away to go to the bathroom or something. Which I've been known to do before. And you come back and everybody's like, "Congratulations!" Like, oh shoot, what I know. All right. Well, I will make sure Mary knows. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
It was fun. Thank you.
Yay! All right. See you soon, I hope.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.